What is good? Is Sam here, and tonight we're going to talk about, actually you're going to be seeing this in the morning, so this morning we're going to be going over the New York primaries. We're going to touch on these four things here. What are we ranking? Why fix it if it ain't broke, right? And how and why we created our New York primaries. And then finally we're just going to get into the results. So if you want to watch all that, stay tuned. And if this is your first time here, what's good? My name is Sam, and for those of you who are returning, better be pressing that like button. It's your second time, bro. Okay, so let's get into it. What are we ranking? We are ranking these candidates for nomination for the Democratic Party. And these are the 10 we're ranking. We're not factoring in anybody else who was not in the debate, the most recent debate. So there was 10 in that debate, and that's these. And this website, Al Jazeera, seems to have caught a caption of every single candidate while their mouth was open and then put it together as the thumbnail. That's clever marketing. Trying to see maybe if Google shows that more, if they can increase the clicks. I don't know, but it's kind of clever to see that. So that's what we're ranking. Now, you may find this next part a little entertaining, but why fix it if it ain't broke? Let's go into the New York primary. So what I did was pull up Wikipedia here, and this is the New York Democratic Party primary. And I'm just going to read you a little bit of this to understand the foundation. Like, this is where we currently are, and this is September 27th, 2019. We're going to start with the 224 pledged delegates to the Democratic National Convention will be allocated proportionally on the basis of the results of the primary. So that sounds pretty representative, right? Of the 224 pledged delegates, between 5 and 10 are allocated to each of the state's 27 congressional districts. And another 37 are allocated to party leaders and elected officials. Yeah, I just that's exactly what I said. That's the truth, right? There's a couple select people that have a shitload more power to elect somebody that they want than anybody else in the state. I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't seem quite representative of the whole. For if there was one vote for each one of the delegates, 37 potential people, maybe 5 potential people. I don't know how many it is. This could be made up of 2 people, right? It could be one person has all this power to put that towards one candidate in New York. Like, as far as I know, I don't know if there's any requirements associated with that, but it doesn't seem like that by reading through this. If you know to the contrary, let me know down below in the comments, but this doesn't seem like, come on, do we really elect people this way? It's 2019, and that is what led me to creating this, right? By the way, this slide is super busy. Stay with me on here. What I'm trying to do here is understand the truth of what is happening in New Yorkers' minds. I want to get to the source of understanding what the collective of New York is thinking about, but as close as possible to that heartbeat so that I can really get a sense of what's going on. And the tools that I used were Google and YouTube. Real quick detour here, but why Google and YouTube? Well, we're going to step over again to our good friend Wikipedia. We're going to take a look at the popular most websites in the world. And we scroll down here, and these rankings are of December 28th, 2016. And this is from Alexa.com. This is a ranking site. They give statistics and analytical data around other websites, but they do rankings as well. And then there's Similar Web, which does very similar things to Alexa. And they both have their own rankings. Similar Web tends, in my opinion, seems to be more biased towards U.S. websites, but I don't know. Anyways, the top 2 sites on the frickin' planet, Google and YouTube. The amount of attention that is on both of these websites is incredible. There's so many searches happening on Google per I believe it is per minute or per hour. There's 3.8 million searches happening. That is astonishing. I do know the number for the day. There's estimated about 5.6 billion searches per day. So you can figure out backward engineer into the last number, because I don't remember if it was per minute or per hour. But you can take 5.6 billion, because I do remember that's accurate, and then you can go backwards into getting that number. Anyways, these sites are just so incredibly large. So that actually leads us to how we did this. And for that, we used Google Trends. And you just put in every candidate's name here, right? Across the top here, you can see Pete, Andrew, Kamala, Bernie, and Joe. And you search, right? And you get to see over here on the left-hand side what the average search volume is for each person. So if you see somebody that's tied here, right, like Bernie and Andrew, then what I do is I come down here to the metros, is what Google calls it, like Binghamton, Utica, Albany, Buffalo, and Elmira. By the way, I am from New York. A little fun fact there. And I'll compare. So I'll be like, okay, Andrew Yang and Bernie Sanders comparison here, and Bernie Sanders wins, right? 45% to 19%. And this is based upon, this is interest for Bernie Sanders, so we would expect him to be higher. He's higher here. He's higher here. He's higher here. He's higher here. So he won all 5 of those. Now, if we look for interest for Yang, we see, let's see, Yang won here, here, and lost here. So this is where, when a tie, this is the tiebreaker. So between first place here on the YouTube search at 12 months, we have a tie between Bernie and Andrew. And to figure out who actually won, that's what I do. So that's exactly how I figure out who is going to be number 1 or number 2 if there is a tie. Now, I do this, as mentioned, on YouTube and on Google. And we look at the 12-month here, but we also look at the 90-day and the 30-day. So with each one of these, we take a look at them, and then we stack rank them, right? So each time period, we stack rank the candidates 1 through 10. And then the 30-day period, 1 through 10. So we do that for each time period. And then this is the results. So let's jump through the top 5. And we have Bernie Sanders is number 1. And then we have a 3-way tie for number 2. 3-way tie, right? So this is, what this is saying is there's a 3-way tie between the total amount of search volume, or the amount of search volume per candidate between these 3 people. And this is a average, right, of those 3 time periods between Google and YouTube. I just took that number and took an average of it, right? So if we come over here, where is it? This number here. Let's go over here. Whoops. We can see, whoops. Here it is. 0.5 of each one. So that's what comes out to be the overall ranking over here. And it's a 3-way tie between Andrew Yang, Joe Biden, and Elizabeth Warren. And then next would be Kamala Harris, followed up by Pete Buttigieg. And something that I did notice was kind of interesting. If you come over here for Andrew Yang on the Google search volume, one of the things that I thought was interesting is from 6 to 4 to 2. So on the 365 over the past year, Andrew Yang wasn't extremely popular, right? He ranked 6th. And in the past 90 days, he improved his ranking to 4th and then to 2nd. Right, so we see Bernie Sanders is doing the opposite of that. Joe Biden's pretty much consistent across the board, across both platforms. The same with Cory Booker, but Elizabeth Warren has been really stepping it up. She went 4, then 5th, and now in 1st for the most recent 30 days, which I think is the most relevant set of data, right? I think the 365, the 90 have valuable information in those time periods, but I think the most recent 30 days probably has the most relevant stuff as of today, right? So that is why when I did this overall ranking here, we rank the 12-month and the 3-month at 25% of the total average each. And then the ranking for the 30-day is ranked at 50%. So that's how we came up with the ranking for Google and the ranking for YouTube before we went over and did the average of the two. All right. Now, I forgot to preface this earlier, but I'm going to go through and read some of these comments and answer some questions. So if you want to get your question answered in here, use the hashtag Stolt in the beginning of your comment, and I will, that way I can see which one it is, and I can make sure to answer it when I do these. Also, the more thoughtful or longer the comment, it might be helpful as well. So I'll just actually start here at the top. Let's refresh this and see if there's any new comments that have come in since I started the video. No, okay. Vaping, so this is in reference to smoking and flexing, which is the video right before this. If you want to check it out, click on the channel. Vaping here too, man. Been following you for some time now, though. Just wanted to watch. This is from Makala something. So I can't say the name properly, really. I just watch your workout videos, not about the business videos. By the way, thank you first of all for the comment and for watching. Period. By the way, just want to put it out there for your other followers that on Rad 140 I did blood work and it suppressed me quite a lot. Ooh, this is super interesting data. It should probably bounce back up once I stop, but we'll do a Nova just to make sure it's at all good in the hood. Keep at it, man. Cheers from Norway, dude, in Seoul City. Well, what's up, brother? That's awesome. I think that's a awesome comment. And for those of you who are watching this who probably have no idea what he's talking about, RID is a research compound that's very niche in the bodybuilding world, and it's legal to purchase as a research compound, but it's not legal to purchase for supplementation. So there's a big loophole and a giant fucking industry, but it's kind of like a shady industry because legally they can sell them as research products, but they can't, or research compounds, I think is like the legal terminology, but they can't sell them as supplementation. So there's so many sites like up and then down because they get caught or whatever. Merchant service companies don't want to supply these companies. Anyways, tangent. I think that's awesome. Let's jump down to another comment here. Oh, awesome. So Laid Back Entertainment. What's good, brother? He used the hashtag here. So I gotta say, man, your thumbnails have been on point, brother. I appreciate that. I've been trying to put in a little more work and thoughtful consideration to making the thumbnails. I think the one for California came out, well, I think a lot of them have come out nice lately. I'm still always just putting in the work. And let's see how we finish it out. You've been getting some crazy views compared to last month. Yes, I've been getting absolutely insane views. I've never had a time period on my channel where it's been growing this fast. There's a tremendous upswing in the amount of views. Over the past like 48 hours, I've had around 14,000 views. That's the most I've ever had by like a double at least. So that is kind of interesting. And every video that I've been releasing on this type of topic actually gets, has gotten almost 2,000 views in 24 hours on my channel, which has also never happened before this entire week. And this is the first week it's happened. So thumbs up for that. If you guys have any other thoughts or anything, let me know down below in the comments. Jump over to Instagram and say, what's good? And peace the fuck out.